that's the Larrigaroo. Good evening, everybody. That's Lurcher's Crag somewhere up there somewhere. Not quite sure whether it's all white, so difficult to see really, but that's the Larrigaroo. We're heading down towards the river, hoping to find somewhere to camp before it gets too dark. It's coming up to 20 to 5 and the sun has already set, but I think we've got about another half an hour of light, for want of a better word. It's snow on the ground but wet under the snow. Now, I think we can hear the river, so we're kind of heading that way. Anyway, I'm going to catch Chris up. But yeah, that's the Larrigaroo, and the plan is maybe just have a little wander over there tomorrow.
Oh, good morning, everybody. It's we're in the woods. We're in the woods because the weather's a bit on the breezy side beyond the woods, but at night anyway, but hopefully during the day not too bad. But it's cool but mild. There is some snow up high, but not a huge amount. There's some snow up high. It's obviously, below freezing high up. I think here in the forest it's probably about 3 degrees. I'm not exactly sure offhand. Let's have a quick look. 1.9. So it's about 2 degrees here in the forest. It's, like I said, it's cool, but it's not freezing. But down by the river, which is just behind us, it's there is a little bit of snow on the ground. Anyway, I'm going to put the kettle on and have some tea. I don't know if you remember, but last year MSR sent me the I don't know if you remember, but last year MSR sent me the reactor pot and stove. But the pot that I had a recall, so they asked that I don't use it, and in fact I ended up tossing it out, which was a bit of a shame really, because it was quite a nice pot. But they've sent this one, which is the one I had last year, was the 1 litre pot, and they've replaced it with the 1.7 litre pot, which I must admit is quite on the big side, but very nice. And they also sent out this connecting device here. So I thought normally I would just put that, straight on top of that, but we didn't walk very far. We're not a million miles from the car, so I wasn't too worried about weight. So I thought I'd try this attachment thing, and I must admit it's good. It is a nice stable, it's clearly not going to fall over, whereas if you put it on top of the gas thing, it's more likely to fall over. So if weight isn't a major consideration, then yeah, I must admit it's quite good. It's good. It works fine. The only thing with such a big pot you have to be very careful not to overfill it. So I'm going to make tea. And also, when you've got such a big pot, you tend to get through your water quite quickly. I'll show you those water pouches as well in a minute. Let's get this lit first. So, how I work it is I leave this one turned on here and then operate it from over here. And then just put the flame on it and then just turn the gas on and then that goes on there and it warms the water up very quickly. One slightly annoying thing though, I'll have to get on to Cascade Designs who do the thermarest. This thermarest has got a leak in it. I don't know where or how. It's, I think you can see the thing there. It's an old one. I've had it a while. I used to buy like loads of these for some bizarre reason. If I remember why I got this one, it was probably 2015, maybe 2016. And I was with that bird and I thought, now we'll try putting two together, and I knew to put two together you couldn't use the rounded ones, you'd need to use the rectangular ones. Yeah. And that's boiled. I mean, it's certainly very hot anyway. So I got two of them, but I got them at separate times. So this one, this is the regular rectangular one with this thing here, and then the other one, which I tend to use more, is the one with the roll thing on it, like for inflation, which the rest of us don't really like so much. I always tended to use that more than this one. I don't really know why. And this one I hardly ever used. And this is the one that's going down. That's stupid. I don't know, last time I used it, it was fine. I can't remember the last time that I used it, to be honest, but it was certainly okay then. I mean, I'm on this forest floor, but I've put foam padding underneath it, so I don't know what happened with this one. And I haven't got any dogs, and I don't think the dogs put holes in them anyway, to be fair, the dogs. And it's not, I'm 99% sure it's not my watch this time. So I don't know what's happened with this one. So I will have to get onto them and see if they can fix it or replace it. Pretty good, so hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll sort something out. Anyway, I'm going to have this tea. We'll show you around count. As I say, the plan today is, well, really annoyingly, I left my bloody phone in the car, so we're not too far. So I'll whip back to the car, grab my phone. I've got this one, but I don't want to leave the other ones on literally on the front seat. I put it down, and then I forgot to pick it up. It was stupid, so annoying. So, anyway, I'll whip back and pick it up, and then we're gonna head up to the mouth of the Larrigaroo. But like last time, we went into Larrigaroo. We're not going to do that this time. We're going to go to the mouth of Larrigaroo and then turn left, I think, by Lurcher's Crag, and then there's two hills this side of Lurcher's Crag, and we're going to go over those, back down the other side, and then back into camp. I plotted the route of what I think it is. On here, and it's about 16 kilometers. It's a little trek, but we'll leave everything here. I think the plan is we'll leave tents and everything here, and then just go out and come back. So that's the plan. Like I said, you wouldn't really. It's surprising. Scotland is so vast, you wouldn't think they're just sort of walking up the path, as it were, and then over a couple of not too big hills and down the other side and back again. You kind of think that's not too far. But I think Scotland, okay, I know it's not exactly, you know, the North Pole of Norway, but it does show how, comparatively speaking, compared to the south, how vast Scotland is. You know, you can just do a couple of small hills and you've clocked off, you know, 15, 16 kilometers. Oh, anyway, that's my first tea of the morning. So I brought my this is my -5 sleeping bag, and it was fine last night. I put my insulated jacket on this morning, and I put my head down for a few more minutes, but it's just gone 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'll have this tea and I'll get some porridge on. Because I probably ought to start walking, because I've got to go to the car and then around, so I probably ought to be walking by 10. Yeah, temperature settled at 2.2 at the moment. It's pretty great big pot. I probably will have a look and see if I can get from, because Base Camp Food, they do spare pots, so I might actually be tempted to just get it's stupid, put the lighter away, and I literally need it the next second. Keep your lighters warm in the winter. But yeah, I must admit, I quite like this little this sort of funny device thing. It's quite good. Okay, so let's get some breakfast on. The forecast for today, the other day, was going to be dry all day. The forecast for today now is light rain all day. And it's showing heavy rain at 10 o'clock. I'm going to try and miss that. And light rain at 11 o'clock. and stopping at 2 o'clock. Now it's showing stopping at 2 o'clock. But this is for Aviemore. So it has changed a bit. At least now it's showing a dry afternoon. Well, from 2 o'clock. Well, from 1 o'clock. So that's changed a bit. And it's not windy up high. The winds have definitely eased. They're picking up in the morning, but they have eased a bit. It's boiling. It's so quick. Yeah, so this is the MSR reactor stove. This is really, it's too big and bulky for backpacking, really. To be fair, this is more for, you know, expedition use, melting snows. If you want to melt snow, this is a snow melting machine. I come to Scotland for snow. I don't get any snow. How many times has someone got to literally? How many times has someone got to come to Scotland in the winter and not get the snow? Anyway, look at this going. So we'll leave that for a few minutes. Put it right up back in my pocket. Ooh. Have my tea, and then we'll start. Morning. Morning, everybody. Cheers. Nice to be back out again. I'm going to try my porridge in a minute. But one of the reasons why I like, you know, a big shelter like this is it's raining, not very heavily, but it's raining. And you're getting some rain here, some drops there, some drops there on the rubbish. But nothing on me. A couple of drops there. But I'm drippy enough, so no drops are coming on me. Which means I can leave the door open. Obviously, there are times when you have to do the door up when it's raining, you know, if the wind or it gets a bit too much, and then yes, you have to do it up. But there are some times, you know, where you can just leave the door open. And this is one of them. And there are quite a few tents where you simply wouldn't be able to do that, where you'd have to do the door up. And I must admit, I do like being able to, you know, have the door open as much as possible. Eating out of a big pot is not the easiest. But it's okay. But I say, to be fair, I'm quite happy to have this because I think I'm going to take this to Norway as two, because weight shouldn't be too much of an issue. And I'll maybe try and melt snow in this and on the XGK stove, and that'll just be an interesting comparison. You know, in a big pot, I think it's handy for snow, although Chris manages perfectly well with a 1 litre pot, but yeah, I could imagine, you know, you get a lot of cups of tea out of this. That's the MSR spoon they sent me. That's decent. A couple of little bonuses, because this was replacing what they had to replace. The NXT stove I asked for, but like I said, the spoon, they popped the spoon in. I thought that was really nice. I must admit, they're very good. And then this stove connecting device thing, I didn't ask for that, they just popped it in. I think that's my limit for things being popped in. BOC. This is nice. Nice porridge. I feel like the bear's in the wood. Right. Yeah, and it glows quite quickly. If you can see the glow there. There, yeah, you see the glow. Nice marketing shot. Oh. But I must admit, the other thing I like with MSR is I just ask for the occasional thing, and they send it, you know, midway to it, but that's fine. There's no, oh, you need to do this, or you need to do that, or, you know, nothing like that. I get some of these Chinese companies, or these other companies, small companies, not big ones, big ones aren't going to be interested in me. And that's boiled, that's hot. And they, just be careful when you, because obviously that's going to stay hot. And they say, oh, we'll send you something if you do this, or if you do that, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. No, I'm not getting into that. I said, if someone wants to send me something that I can use and talk about, yeah, that's fine. But, yeah, I'm certainly not getting into this, you have to do this and you have to do that. I kind of figured out that as long as I just take it to the just below the rim on there, then it gives me about that much water. I could probably make a little bit more, but to be honest, this cup is about 600 ml, you know, and if I do too many 600s, then that's my 2 litres of water for it. Very quick. Oh, I haven't put a tea bag in, that's not very helpful, is it? It's your fault. I'm talking to you, distracting myself. Oh. I think that's hot. Yeah, that's hot enough. I've let several of the others boil just because it's so quick, you can't turn it off in time. This one I think I turned off a little bit quicker, but it's hot enough. Well, I had to nip off quite pronto to the little boy's room Right, there's maybe just enough water between these to make a tea, plus I got a little drop, yeah, plus I got a little drop in my water bottle. So, twig. Right. Oop. Oh, I've already put water. That's clever in there. Oh my god. I'd already put water in there earlier. Yeah. Yeah. I'm too efficient. Alright. I think what I'm going to do is I'll leave the lighter. Now, if I forget where I put the lighter, it's your responsibility to remind me that I've put it in with the food. And if I can't find my lighter, I'm going to blame you. Completely and utterly your fault for not reminding me where I put the lighter. So we've got snack bars, we've got glasses. How do people manage with glasses that steam up? Luckily I don't need them, you know, very much, but it's warming up. I think that tea bag will be okay. Oh, I'm a messy puppy. Alright, I must admit, I quite like this little setup. It's quite handy. Just obviously be careful, health and safety, when you're pouring over your hot thing there, don't... Oop, I think I've overdone the water there, never mind. Adding that extra drop in, probably... I might need an extra sweetener in there now. Anyway, that's my tea done. And the legs don't get hot, so that's good. So we'll leave that there, so we won't touch that. I'll take a ibuprofen before we go. I put stuff on my feet, that cream stuff. Yep. Alright, what we're going to do is we'll take the GPS, we'll take the weather station, torch, the GPS mount, the other torch, and then I've got gloves and things back there, so I'll grab those in a minute, and the bivvy there. We'll take the bivvy, probably won't need it, but we'll take that, and I'll take one foam mat as well. Well, this is outside of camp, just because it'll probably be dark when we get back. Knowing me, I'll pack everything up in the morning and forget to show the outside. Because there's no wind, I haven't bothered
attaching the other guy lines, and as I've said, I really don't think they're completely necessary anyway. You can see some snow over there on the ground.